Hello, everyone. Welcome to the GLORIO Chat, the best anime podcast on the internet. I feel like I'm obligated to mention that today is Super Bowl Sunday, like it's some kind of holiday
Oh, is
here in
it?
America. Iro, you don't even remember at this point. I almost forgot myself. I'm so detached from that now. But, I am a little disappointed this year does not have a high-profile, controversial halftime performance.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, right. That did happen.
I don't I don't know how much aware you guys are of that world, but yes, there's
I mean, we talked about it on the podcast for like 3 months straight.
yeah. Well, no, this is not related. This is not related to Kendrick Lamar. This is
Oh,
the Bad Bunny situation. I don't know if
I have
you're
no idea
up
what that
on.
is.
Well, real quick,
Oh
Bad
my
Bunny.
God.
I have
Bad
no
Bunny is
culture.
Bad Bunny is an extremely popular musician. It definitely makes sense. He's one of the most popular things going right now. It definitely makes sense for him to be doing the Super Bowl. But
Get out of America.
he is Puerto Rican and he does music almost exclusive. I think pretty much exclusively in Spanish.
Cool.
So, which is cool, but it makes the racists mad. So, anyway,
Puerto Rico, part of America.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are like actual Americans, mind you, and I speak as a non-American, knowing that he is American. But
yes,
a lot of
if
Americans,
you are Puerto Rican, you are an American citizen.
a lot
Puerto
of Americans
Rico is part of
seem weirdly like immigrants, and he should not, like, this is anti-American, and this
Puerto Rico
he should not be in America at all. He should be deported. And I'm like,
honestly,
America.
Where? Puerto Rico should have been the 51st state decades ago.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. They'll deport you whether you're a citizen or not these days. But anyway,
getting spicy on this anime podcast.
Honestly, if he was singing in English, it would probably be. I don't think it would be fine, but it would be a lot less of people angry about it. Anyway,
they'd find something else to be angry about.
Yeah. So that out of the way, we do have anime to talk about, of course. I find it pretty wild that we're already hitting episode 6 on some shows.
I know, right?
I feel like we just blinked. I'm like, it's still
the first half
January.
Of the
it's still like January 1st or like January 3rd.
I know.
Or something
Time
like that, right?
is ceased to have
we are like
meaning
deep into February now, but so we're pretty settled in with anime. Although we'll still have some shows we haven't talked about yet. I caught up on another show, which we'll get into. There's your teaser. But before we do that, let me introduce everybody. I'm Jel. I'm joined by Iro.
I'm still here. I'm not dead yet. Just like the Paranormal Site series, dude. So I really liked the first Paranormal Site, the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. It's a visual novel that Square Enix put out a few years ago.
Okay.
That was not marketed at all, really, and directed by a guy who has made visual novels for flip phones and stuff for a long time. And it's a really good horror mystery visual novel with a bunch of really fun tricks.
Is that related to anything previously done by them? Okay.
No, it's a standalone. And then, so yes, they announced a new Paranormal Site, The Mermaid's Curse, coming out soon. And as I often wish for from series like this, it seems to be a completely unrelated story, like an anthology situation of here's another horror mystery somewhere else using different local folklore, just with the same stylings, which I'm into.
Where does it rate on the scale of 0 to Kowloon High School Chronicle?
Oh man, so look, in my 5-star scale, no half stars, which gives quite a bit of wiggle room for any given star rating, I would give Paranormal Site, The Seven Mysteries of Honjo 5 stars easy.
Oh wow, okay, that's impressive.
So, I'm looking forward to the new one.
There you go, officially endorsed by Iro on that one. I'll have to check.
Also, at moment of recording, Paranormal Site 1, The Seven Mysteries of Honjo, is $5 in the Switch eShop and on phones, I think. So
okay. Okay, because it's a visual novel, you said, right? So like,
Yeah.
I would actually probably prefer to play that like on my iPad or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, we are not joined by G at the moment. Hopefully he may be joining us later. So for the moment, it's just going to be the three of us, as we're also joined by Artemis.
It is good to be here. I am pretty comfortable saying that even if I was not podcasting today, I would probably still not be watching the Super Bowl. I'm more of a the next day Google best Super Bowl ads kind of a person.
Yeah,
that would be my catch up. So
yeah, I used to do the like pre-COVID, like me and my friends would still do the like let's all get together and party and stuff
or something.
And then when after COVID, it was like everyone was like, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah. We decided that even before COVID, it wasn't that great. So
yeah, I mean, it was fun, like just to be with friends and stuff. But like the game, I don't care. Like, and I like sports. If there's one sport I could care less about, it's football. I love basketball. I'm kind of into baseball, but football I have no interest in.
I mean, the Winter Olympics is also on.
That did just start recently. Yep.
The figure skating is, as always, nice to watch.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe you're into luging or
how much Yuri is on the ice.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever the YouTube algorithm feeds me is on the ice.
Yeah.
All
right. Yeah. Well, there's our sports stuff, the GLORIO sports update.
Those are your highlights, folks.
The year.
Yep. Yeah. Of course, because I live in the greater Los Angeles area, they don't care about the Winter Olympics, and all they talk about is Los Angeles hosting the Summer Olympics next time. And it's like, please stop. It's going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the Olympics coverage, like here, they're only going to show like all the American-related stuff, even if they're not like good.
Yep.
The Americans could be like in 10th place or something, but that's going to get all the coverage.
Yep.
All right.
I did hear that just off the cuff here that a broadcaster got caught with a live mic.
Oh dear.
I think it was like a skiing event or something. Don't quote me. What I read this morning at some point, and I half forgot. But the gold and silver medalists were, I think Japan and Hong Kong or something like that, and he got caught in a live mic saying that they were really, really damn boring.
Gotta watch your mics, people. Work that mute button.
Just don't say anything in public that you.
Don't say anything you wouldn't want aired on television while you're in that spot, right? Yeah. All right. Well.
Sorry.
Let's talk about some anime. Like I said, there are a couple things we haven't talked about that I wanted to get to. The first thing on our list is, at the recommendation of Aqua and many other people, I did watch You and I Are Polar Opposites.
All right. I think I watched the first episode of this.
Oh, did you watch that as part of the...
Yeah, only the first episode.
Yeah, Aqua did the first look, which you can read at theglorioblog.com. But the word on the street was it was kind of my kind of show. It's a kind of fun, high energy type of romantic comedy show. And I watched so there's 5 episodes out. I think one just came out this morning that I did not have time to watch, but I did watch the first 4 episodes. And it's pretty good. The premise is there is this kind of fun, popular girl that's very outgoing, and she has a crush on this quiet boy in class. And somehow they are polar opposites, if you will. And somehow they make it work, right? It's a very simple premise. And I would like to take a moment to go on a little bit of a tangent on I'll bring it all back around, but I was thinking about this because I was watching this, and I also watched one more episode of The Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife, which I did not watch any more of that, which I'll get to a little bit that I'll get back to that. But these shows kind of had me thinking, because they're both at their core kind of the same concept of
odd couple.
Well, it's not as an odd couple, but it's two people overthinking their insecurities and then talking it out, and it brings them closer together, right? And the difference is, I think you and I, polar opposites, is way better written and has a lot more energy to it, whereas the Invisible Man show is kind of janky writing. Like it sounds more like anime people talking than real people, and
the vibe I get from,
it's kind of boring as hell.
The vibe I get just from like what these shows are is, you and I are polar opposites feels like a manga like that is serialized somewhere, and Invisible Man feels like one of those things that was like Twitter short comics that then got picked up for something. Does that make sense?
I almost actually could have seen The Invisible Man as like just one of those cutesy 5-minute shorts or something.
Right. That's what I mean.
Because it was 5 minutes, actually pretty decent, like just fun, like pleasant.
Yeah.
Supernatural slice of life material, and then the rest just felt kind of like padding.
Yeah, I think that's fair. In small doses, because I like the vibes of the show. Like,
right, it's
a very
pleasant show, right? It's a very cromulent, if you will, series.
and like if you like the show, more power to you. Part of me still kind of wanted to watch more, because it just I appreciated what they were trying to do.
I fell asleep halfway through, because I did try and watch a second episode, and I actually did fall asleep halfway through.
Yeah. So, but yes, that said, if you can't stay awake, I made it, but I was struggling, but I guess the bigger point I was kind of getting to, I was thinking about how like, the classic anime rom-com setup that we've all grown up with over the past however many decades is like, it's all about the build up to the big confession. It's like the will they, won't they, people experiencing misunderstandings and things like, and then it builds up to the big moment at the end where they finally confess their love to each other, right? And that's kind of what at least that's what I think of as the classic anime rom-com, right?
It's either that or, oh no, there's 5 girls or what have you.
Oh well, right. I'm not counting. I guess I'm not counting like a harem show or something like that. Okay. But let's be honest, they can mix. They can blend together. And for a long time, it was kind of a novelty if your show had the main couple get together very early in the show.
Yes.
And I'm going to officially declare that is not a novelty anymore, and probably hasn't been for a couple years. As someone kind of deep in the trenches of this genre for the purposes of this blog, and I tend to like these shows sometimes, and so I kind of was thinking about that watching both of these shows, because I was like, you're going to have to do, because both of them they get together like immediately, right? And I kept thinking, in 2026, you're going to have to do more than that to get my attention, right?
Yeah.
And they both try to varying degrees of success. As we mentioned, The Invisible Man, I don't think succeeded, because despite its premise having the like a lot of possibility to do interesting, fun things, because there's like literally fantasy elements in that show. There's all kinds of like fantasy people, like there's animal people, there's aliens, there's all kind of cool stuff they could do, and they just do nothing with it, at least in the first 2 episodes. Like they have like one of the people that work at the office is she, I can't remember if she was a cat or a dog person or something, but she's an animal person, and like this does not factor into anything at all. Like she just happens to be an animal person, and like that's fine, I guess, but like also like, why do we even have them here if we're not gonna the fantasy elements, if we're not gonna do anything? Whereas I think you and I are polar opposites. Kind of, it does elevate itself a bit with what I think is very good writing, and very fun characters, and having actual like high energy to it. It has like anime comedy energy, which is a lot for some people, but I personally like it. So I did not.
It's high school, right, or middle school, or whatever.
Yeah, it's high school. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's like bright colors, and stuff is constantly happening, and there's a lot of jokes and fun dialogue. It is a romantic comedy. There's a big comedy element to it, right? And I think that, and especially I think it's very well written, kind of elevate it above your typical version of the show, because like I'll try to explain a little bit with the writing stuff, but it's like, and you can read Aqua's post because I think he has a good take on it as well. But the characters have some range to them. The main girl is very like high energy and everything, but she's also like very both emotionally and actually intelligent. She's actually like the smart one in the group, which is a kind of refreshing. And like the boy she's in love with could very easily be your typical like loser incel protagonist. Like this could have been like, that type of show, but he's not. He's just a man of few words, let's say. Yeah. But she's into him because he's very honest and he treats everybody equally, and he's like a nice guy and everything. And it actually makes sense, right? It's not like a wish fulfillment show where the pretty girl likes the loser because
just inexplicably, right?
Yeah, right. It's funny because later on in one of the later episodes, they do introduce a guy who's kind of like this like loser incel, and he probably would have been the main character of other romantic comedies. And he's just kind of like but everyone like kind of just tolerates him. But yeah, and they they start dating like by the end of the first episode, and then it becomes them kind of getting to know each other. And I think when I say it's well written, it feels more like more natural type of conversation, saying things that human beings would actually say, which is fairly rare in anime, I think.
Yes.
And I appreciate, like, I'm not going to pretend to know what the kids are talking about these days, but I feel like they talk like real teenagers. Like they kind of joke around and give each other a hard time and say like goofy things. And it's not all just like, serious. Oh, does he like me or whatever, that kind of stuff. The cast is fun. They have a nice wide variety of friends. I always appreciate when there's a mixed gender friend group, and like the main girl has a guy friend that she can just talk to without the presence of her girlfriends, like that kind of thing, which is also kind of a rare thing.
And
and it's
they're not like all just already paired off either, right?
Right. And it's not like, oh, I'm jealous of that guy or whatever, right? It's just like they're just friends, and it makes for a very fun experience. And that said, I don't know if I can remember a single specific thing that happened in the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Because it's very low ambition on the plot points.
Right.
They are like, I'm going to the convenience store. We're at school in class. We got gym today. And, I don't want this boy I like to see me with, when I'm all hot and sweaty, and, that, and overthinking stuff like that. That's like the extent of all that. I think the big thing in the last episode I saw is they go to a festival.
Oh right? Boy.
They see some fireworks.
Wow.
So it's a very low ceiling on it. So like in that way, it's like I'm already, and it's the same kind of cycle of, one of the main couple kind of overthinks their insecurities, and then they talk it out at the end, and it's nice, but also kind of repetitive.
Learn a valuable lesson about not doing drugs.
Yeah. So this would be really tough, Iro, if you were to force me onto your 5-star scale, because right now I feel like I want to give it like a 3.5. But like if you weren't going to let me do that, I would probably lean toward 4.
Look,
but
it's my skill. You don't have to follow it.
oh no, I like it because it makes you forces you to make decisions, right? But yeah, so it's pretty good. It's a solid show. That's my opinion on it, and I think I'm gonna. I mean, we're already 4 episodes in. I think I'm gonna stick with it. Also because I've just dropped a lot of things, but it's solid. I like it, and I can see why a lot of people were into it and telling me to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, one of the big things airing this season that we haven't talked about yet, but Artemis, you're still watching, is Oshi no Ko. We are now into season 3.
We are now into season 3.
The big jump show of the season.
Yeah.
No other ones.
Can you give us a brief update of where we've left off in the plot in season 3?
Yeah. So wait. So how much
where
recap
season
do I
3
have
starting?
to do with
I
season
guess.
2? Yeah. So
yeah.
So the emphasis this season thus far, or for most of thus far, has been more on Ruby. I feel like previous seasons focused primarily on Aqua, right? The boy twin. And he kind of assumed by the end of season 3, he had assumed that his mother's killer was already dead, thus kind of taking the weight from his shoulders, and basically saying it's okay to be happy now. Like it resolved itself. My quest for revenge is no longer relevant, and I can actually just focus on my own life. But at the end of season 2, Ruby learned the opposite. She learned kind of pretty much everything, minus, I guess, the reincarnation part. I don't think
she still hasn't figured that out.
Right. I don't know if she ever will. I haven't read the manga. So now she is put in the spot of where Aqua was in kind of seasons 1 and 2, where she is the one kind of scheming and trying to avenge her mother for this great wrong. And the most recent episode, Aqua has just learned that, after all, likely the person he assumed to have killed his mother was not that guy. So, like it's all coming back again. And
back on the warpath.
Right, back to, I guess, the warpath, but in season 2, it definitely leaned towards a more anxiety-driven quest, I think, not just for revenge, but for his own sanity, because he was having anxiety attacks and he was, on the verge of basically mentally breaking down, like on set and things of that nature. So that's honestly where I feel that Oshi no Ko does quite well. I think it does its individual characters pretty well. It's more when they mesh together and their relationships with each other that it kind of loses me, if that makes sense.
Right. I could see that. Yeah.
I think it portrays anxiety well. I think it does a good job of exploring the nature of just personal trauma, irrespective of your relationships with others.
Right.
I think the group dynamics are far less convincing.
Right.
So that's kind of where I stand with it. I think overall it's still a decent show, but there was a message I really hated in the recent couple of episodes, because it was about cosplay and a TV station which is known for being like a little edgy, a little controversial, a little spicy, that Aqua and Ruby both work for, has decided to air a cosplay episode. So they're going to this, like, I guess, convention or some kind of event, and they want cosplayers on camera. And the director is like rubbing his hands gleefully together and going, haha, like, just get some sexy cosplayers together. Like, the viewers love it. Woohoo! Like, show some skin, get some, that's what we're known for, kind of thing. And then when he interviews someone who is who is like, who these people painstakingly got together, like Ruby, got together a bunch of people for it, and like the director basically interviewed her, like, this is on camera, or this is for a TV show, like
right,
and basically asked her a bunch of really inappropriate questions that were not bordering on sexual harassment. They were absolutely 100% sexual harassment questions, and got in trouble for it. And the most recent episode kind of excuses him from all that, because it gives him
there we go.
not a backstory, but it gives him a little explanation, I guess, and they make him the TV he apologizes for it and has to undergo like a little on-air punishment, haha, by cosplaying himself. Like, the 40-year-old man
that's
now
awful.
has to cosplay himself as a sexy bunny,
I don't
whatever he's doing. And he made the
that
costume himself to show his dedication, etc. And I'm just like, no, I don't really care what his backstory is. I would have fired him.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I always hate when they pull but I have a tragic backstory. It's okay that I did these horrible things, and say, hey,
it's not like a tragic backstory. It's just,
or whatever reason it is, I guess. But yeah,
he gets made more into a human character as opposed to just that guy who's always looking for ratings just because he can. Which I get, like, everyone is human, of course. Like, no one is this maniacal, like, 2D, ha ha ha, scheme, rub, rub, like, But even so, I didn't dig it. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole like.
Yeah.
Oh well, let's make him wear the cosplay thing. That part made me feel a little nauseous when you were saying that. I'm like,
right. I think more so the message was because he had made it. He basically had to pull like one cosplay segment because they didn't get the industry, they didn't get the rights to it, the copyright, to show those cosplayers. So they all had to last minute like come up with different costumes the night before. And so he had to make his own costume, and he made it the night before, and he stayed up until 3 a.m. or whatever trying to make this costume, and he can't sew, so it looks awful. But even like, it just didn't do it for me.
So why are we trying to like vilified this guy anyway, right? So,
I don't really think like if this happened in reality, if this was a real situation, I don't think there were any lessons learned for that TV show. Like,
right.
If anything, it probably was good for them in terms of ratings or views. So like,
yeah. I mean, in real life, probably in real life in 2026, probably nothing would have happened at all. But
it was just, that was not good. So it's kind of, it's a mixed bag for me. The show overall, but the purely personal drama is strong enough to keep me invested.
Yeah.
So I'll keep watching.
Yeah, I do remember that was the part I liked the main plot, and just like all the like TV or whatever stuff they were doing was like just so not or whatever. Yeah, the relationships too, like everybody being in love with Aqua and all that stuff. That's going back to season 1, but like, I don't know,
right.
just
And
like,
it's still, that stuff's still going on in the background. It's so far it's taken slightly more of a back seat in season 3.
Okay.
Which is for the good, in my opinion. But
that's
but
good.
I don't know if that's going to continue being the case, or if it will kind of amp that stuff up. In the back half of the season. So
threatening to appear at any time.
Yeah, but basically, yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
Do you know, like, I assume this is not slated to be like the last season, right? I know the manga's over.
I do not know. I assume not. I don't know how long the manga is. It's quite lengthy, I'm sure there's still quite a bit of material to work with, but don't quote me on that. I'm just, not that I'm avoiding reading the manga because I will hate it. I just don't read manga, so I don't know.
Right. The other question I had, So, like, Ruby, we're sure Ruby knows who the killer is. Do we, as the audience, know who the killer is?
No, we don't know. We don't know who the killer is. Ruby doesn't know who the killer is. She just knows that there is one.
Okay.
And is determined to hunt them down.
I feel like that would change the tone of the show a lot if the audience found out who the
right.
killer was.
But the most recent episode has strongly teased at who it may be. Not that we know him from a previous season or anything, so it's not like it was you all along or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, it's somebody you don't know yet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that one keeps trucking along then. And Artemis, you are also, well, I don't know if you're still watching as of today, Isekai Office Worker, but
okay, I'll be brief. So, in my first look with this one, and I think I was on the podcast when I talked about it briefly. I had just seen episode 1 because that was all that had come out at that time, and I said that it was being marketed, at least on sites like My Anime List and so forth, as a BL series. And I said that maybe it wasn't the manga, but that the anime would maybe like just kind of play it down, and it would be BL coded, but not like,
it's not coded anymore.
You know, not like in your face, or not like, maybe they'll hold hands once at the end or something. I wish to take back my statement.
You need to make a correction from last time.
I sit here apologizing to our dear listeners. Now
you're gonna have
this is extremely very much a BL show, and there's a lot of bedding going on. There's a lot of nudity going on. It's extremely explicit.
Wow, okay.
And if you were here looking for BL, then this is definitely your show to watch this season.
You're gonna get it, yeah.
You will get that content.
Okay.
Good job.
That is good to know.
Yeah, it is not by explicit. I don't mean explicit as in like bordering on hentai or anything like that. Like you don't see, like it's not.
But they're definitely going at it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there is no ambiguity.
Right. Yeah, it's not in question.
Yeah, the romance part is the slow burner part, because they're kind of going at it for magical reasons.
Oh, baby, we got mana transfer going on. Man, it never left. Mana transfer is back.
This is all part of Fate's legacy.
Yeah. So the guy that got pulled into the other world, this world has a lot of magic, but he has he has zero resistance to this magical stuff. So if he drinks a potion, for example, even if it's like a healing potion, or if he gets hurt and someone tries to heal him, he just it goes haywire with his body. Basically, he can't cope. Like it's just not in his DNA, basically. And thus, to ensure his health and his safety, because he does seem to be a magnet for unsafe situations, then this commander guy in the army has taken it upon himself to ensure his magical stability, essentially, and they need to fuck. So
provide regular injections of magical energy, so that everything is okay.
Hey,
right?
You do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. You do what you got to do, and the commander guy, who was the pretty one, like the stereotypical Bishonen kind of looking guy in the uniform and everything, is the one that clearly has caught the romantic feelings. But has not really admitted to it yet. But it's pretty dang obvious. And the guy who got isekai'd is just kind of the straight man who has seemingly had romantic inclinations.
Yeah,
he's not straight. He's neither. He doesn't mention it. Which is actually kind of nice. There's no talk here of
oh no, but
to himself or to anyone else. I'm straight. I'm gay. I'm confused. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. Right. He's just all right, I guess that's necessary. Cool.
if it's that or explode.
He's a practical guy.
He's a practical guy.
Is just a very super extremely practical, pragmatic. He just kind of accepts everything, and he's like, well, I guess if that's that, then
now.
allow me to take off my clothes now. I'm like, all right. I like it. I think that's great.
Hey, yeah.
And we're skipping anything that I would be embarrassed to actually be watching. If my daughter walked in, I'm good. You know what I mean? There's nothing on screen that is whoa, cover thine eyes.
They're not showing whole hog.
No, it's not. It's clearly made for television.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't even need to censor anything. They just don't show it. There's no black bars of censorship or anything going on.
blossoming flowers or what have you.
It is the most explicitly clean BL that you will get this side of. I don't know what the last BL show was because it's been a while since I saw one. But
okay.
Yeah. If that is what you are looking for this season, then look no further.
So are you still watching it?
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. That's great. I'm a fan. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Like I said, do what you got to do, right?
Yeah. Do what you gotta do. All right. But,
all right.
It's a good show, and I do like it's an adult cast.
Yes.
It's not
like abusive or anything, right?
It's the lack of that high school kind of, love triangles and blushing and, we're holding hands now. Oh my goodness. It skips all that. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on and let's bring back something we haven't talked about in a while.
Yeah.
It's still ongoing, and that is Digimon Beatbreak.
Digimon Beatbreak, which not that anything too important is happening in the show, but some particularly silly things have occurred that I wanted to mention because I think they're funny. Which is the past few episodes they've introduced, the obligatory rival team of other, Digimon cleaners.
Yes.
The team's called Tactics because they're basically a Digimon using PMC. They are
it's just called Tactics, no other
Team Tactics, right?
Oh, Team. Okay, sure.
But they just called Tactics.
Yeah.
And so they're all weirdly.
Wait. Sorry, Iro. Mm-hmm. Does Tactics does it stand for something? Is it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that would be great if it was.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
And so, yes, they are the hardcore ones who take the job super seriously and don't care about collateral damage, etc. Right? they'll let the bad Digimon evolve to the next stage to get a higher payday. Right? Then it doesn't matter how much stuff breaks.
Oh, they're truly morally bankrupt then.
But so we have gotten the obligatory. Here's the episode about this one's backstory. Here's the episode about this one's backstory. So one of them is an ambiguously brown-skinned person, right? And we get their backstory, which is they were in a refugee camp.
Oh no.
And their Digimon awakened when this refugee camp was blown up by missiles.
Oh no.
Killing everyone else. And so you have this whole sequence of they're running away or whatever, and their egg smartphone, because that's where the Digimon come out of, is just saying
eggs.
Yeah. It's like having a phone, right?
Right.
It's going don't worry, it's illegal under international law to target refugee camps. Right.
God.
It's what?
Oh my God.
So, his sister or whatever is running and he falls and it's no, as the missiles land and Digimon appears to absorb the impact, protecting only him. Right? It's just
wow.
It's
and is he on tactics now, or is he somebody else? Okay,
he's on the tactics team.
Well, he got radicalized.
I guess he was on the battlefield.
Wait, so are the writers saying free Palestine, or are they Zionists?
Unclear.
Okay.
Just I was not ready for that to happen.
That's very specific.
And then yes, the latest episode introduces a former tactics member on the run. And his Digimon is Commandramon, very infamous Digimon I've posted a picture of. It's a dinosaur in tack gear with an M16. Just a real ass M16.
So it's not your Digimon is a dinosaur or a gun. Your Digimon is a dinosaur with a gun.
Yep, and they make it very clear in flashbacks that, like, oh yeah, because Commandramon is camo, can turn invisible. They just did wet work around the world. Like, you have straight up shots of this Digimon pulling out its rifle and just shooting human beings. Like,
oh God,
it's just like,
and it's like you said, it's a real M16. It's not like
well, but it summons it from thin air. But like, its special move in the game or whatever is M16 assassin. It shoots its fucking gun. So this Comanchemon has PTSD for being forced to kill people in the jungle.
Oh my God.
And this whole episode is, this guy has been running away from Team Tactics, wants to go clean because his Digimon doesn't want to kill people anymore. While Team Tactics is here to drag him back in.
I have bad news, buddy. I don't know what else your Digimon can do if his power is guns. But
by the end of the episode, essentially, they construct an elaborate performance where it seems like Commandramon has been killed when he really just turned invisible and walked away.
Fakes his death.
But they drag this guy back to like Tactics HQ, and they really make it seem like they're just going to pull him into the other room and shoot him in the head. Like, wow. Like, they don't say it, but
like he sacrificed himself for his Digimon to get away or something.
It's like they drag him back in, and he's all beaten up because they've clearly been beating him off screen, and he's just like, so where are you going to take me now? And the commander's just like, well, do you believe in hell? And they just pull him to the other room, and the episode ends. It's like, what is going on?
Oh my God.
I'm enjoying Beatbreak. I think it's very silly. It is, yes, it's this type of like edgy that maybe you only get away with because it's a dumb kids show. Like, where things are almost too serious. Like, if the audience is any older and can actually consider the implications of some things, this might be too hardcore. I don't know. God.
I don't know. I mean,
it's really funny.
Kids are smarter than you think, though. I don't know.
It's true. But, the kids understand that it's against international law to bomb refugee camps. Like,
yeah, I mean, that should be universally understood. You would think, but
would think.
That's wild, though.
Yeah,
Pokemon could never.
Pokemon would never. Pokemon would never introduce the like child soldier monster using PMCs, like killing people in the jungles and fighting in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Now we just need Digimon like Salt Snake, Digimon Big Boss to like put together Outer Heaven, Digidogs, like.
Who would be Digimon Big Boss? Is there an existing Digimon?
Man. I don't know. Let me look through the rest of the D Brigade, the Digimon family, of which Commandramon is part of.
These
wild. Are mostly jets and tanks and other dinosaurs with guns. Tank Dramon, Cargo Dramon, Seals Dramon.
Okay, sure.
Seals Dramon just got a combat knife.
Yeah.
But goodness. Yeah, I'm having a good time. It continues to be standard sort of kids show, but like with one foot over the line of a little bit more to it, right?
Yeah. I was just thinking, we're talking about like Pokemon and guns and stuff, of like the difference between this and something like Pal World, or anytime they try to do like edgy Pokemon stuff.
Yes, it's funny. Yeah, the thing about Pokemon is, and we've not talked about it on the podcast because there's almost no point to doing so. But I have been watching Pokemon this whole time, along with
Pokemon never ends, right?
Pokemon never ends, but Pokemon always has. It is. Even when they're bad guys, the world is fairly utopian, right? Like,
right.
It's, you never really feel like they might actually be in peril.
Right. Like, what is the worst thing that any Team Rocket variant has ever done in Pokemon?
Right. And,
right?
it's like brainwashed somebody, right? Maybe. But
brainwashed God.
Yeah. God, Jesus Christ. Making me remember fucking Code Geass R2 today.
But we don't got time to talk about
no,
that.
We don't. Sure. But yes, and Digimon, you sort of get the feeling that, like, yes, it is probably not going to happen, but it is not out of the realm of possibility for somebody to die, right?
Right.
And the Digimon themselves plenty die, like in that original Digimon.
Well,
it
sounds like plenty of people died off camera.
Well, yes, absolutely. That other kid blown up by missiles. Straight up,
oh my God,
vaporized in an explosion.
A
real explosion, not a monster's explosion.
Yeah.
I mean, even in that original Digimon show from like 1998 or whatever, like Digimon died on screen. I remember Waymon being blasted through with a laser beam and going, what?
Yeah.
But Digimon Beatbreak, pretty solid.
Pretty fun.
Kids monster show entertainment.
How much longer is this one going
question. For? We are on
Nobody
episode.
Knows.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long this will run. I'm expecting, these shows tend to run for about a year, right? Ghost Game was 60 something. Ghost Game was 5 cours for whatever reason. And Beatbreak so far,
third or fourth one right now?
Yeah, we are midway through the second cour of Beatbreak currently. This was episode like 17 or 18.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it was just okay. Yep.
Yeah. So, but I expect this to continue for the rest of the year. Let's say.
So maybe like two more.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Hereabouts.
Okay. Well, that's back in the rotation.
Yep. I will make sure to bring it up again anytime something strangely realistic and unsettling happens.
Yeah. We'll see which side of. Never mind.
I'm still putting down money. I'm still betting that their little orphanage of baby Digimon that they are running, instead of handing them over to the government for the payday, they keep them in secret in the little orphanage.
Okay.
I'm still betting that thing's going to get burned to the ground sometime during this show.
It sounds very likely.
I think they're going to kill all the baby Digimon.
It sounds like that is a possibility for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to Trigun Stargaze. Iro, I think you and G did end up dropping out.
That is correct.
On this, but Artemis, you are still watching.
I
Trigun.
am.
I don't remember if you've had a chance to talk about Stargaze yet, but how are you feeling?
I did talk about it last time. I don't really have anything to add. Like, I think last time I agreed with everyone that the clean CG look just doesn't suit the tone of the series in general. Like, it's just not it. And it has nothing to do with being kind of anti-CGI or anything like that. It's just, it doesn't.
It's the wrong fit.
It's the wrong fit. It's just the wrong fit. That's all it is. And it's a good, the animation is good. Like, objectively, on a technical level, it's fine, it's good, but I can't quite get over the wrongness of it for the show.
Right.
Has he even spiked his hair back up yet?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, he did.
I was going to say, it's insane how long we went without Vash being Vash.
He did. And he has the coat back and everything.
Okay.
I think I went a little easier last time on the storytelling. Like, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was bad, like awful. I just thought it was fine.
Merely fine.
It did the job. I mean, roughly it still does. I couldn't recommend it to anyone either. Do you know, if someone said, "Oh, hey," like, regardless of whether or not they watched the first show, regardless of whether or not they've read the manga, if someone said, "Hey, would you recommend this particular show this season?" I would probably have to say no.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
So, is there anything? So, what is it that is kind of keeping you in Artemis? On I can't talk in Artemis. That, like, are you just like you feel obligated? Is this like an obligation thing, or is there enough enjoyment that you're getting out of?
No, I could give it up without. I could give it up without regret. I think at this point, and maybe I will. I've kind of pared away enough shows at this point that having it is not like a burden to my time. And if it had been, I would have cut it probably back in season 1 at some point. I think every now and again it does have good moments. That's the thing. It's not overall a meh show, like completely. There just are glimmers just here and there, usually in every episode at some point. That it can do good storytelling when it wants to. Unfortunately, the most recent episode was not one of those. It really kind of lacked any real spark for me, which is why I'm a bit more down, because I only just watched that yesterday, I think.
Right.
So it's still fresh that there was kind of not that much there.
Is this running into the thing where, like, sometimes a sort of normal/dull show is worse than being, like, outright bad? Like, it's maybe kind of coasting, right? Like,
maybe
it does not inspire feelings, right? It's just like, well, I guess that's there.
Which is really sucks, because the creator seems to be fairly into it, right? Like, from all accounts, from what I've read from his interviews, and he's done podcasts about it as well, where he's talked with Crunchyroll on their podcast, who is doing the simulcast this season.
He seems into it, right? So it's like,
he seems like, I don't know, maybe he has to seem into it. I don't know.
But also you want to enjoy things that it seems like people are enjoying making.
Yeah, and if he, like, who am I to say? Like, I'm not going to say to anyone else, your experience is invalid, right? If he likes it, good for him. I just, it's disappointing in its mediocrity. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So maybe it is a case that if it had been in some way even worse, it would be at least noteworthy and would have more to say about it, or people in general would have more to say about it. I don't really know if there's that much conversation going on about the show at all.
I've not seen much talk about it.
I have no doubt other people are watching it. I'm sure it's, like, doing okay for itself, like, in terms of viewership or whatever. But I don't really see any rigorous debate happening. I don't really see that much, like, in-depth engagement going on.
Yeah.
Like, for good or for worse,
I mean, if this season is doing pretty much the same strengths and weaknesses as last season, maybe the debate's already been had, and everyone's kind of made up their mind. Right?
That's true. By season, I mean, I would expect, because season 2 just carries on straight away from where season 1 left off. So it's not like it certainly would not make a good introductory point. And those who did watch season 1 surely have made up their minds whether they liked it or not.
Did any new members of the Gung Ho Guns show up? Did Mid Valley the Horn Freak appear?
Yes. We've done that. We've had that just now. That was the most recent episode.
What about Elendira the Crimson Nail?
No.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't think I would have watched this at all if I had not seen the first anime. I will say that. I don't know. Maybe it's just a curiosity thing at this point. But even that was kind of deadened by the most recent episode, just personally speaking. So I wouldn't recommend that anyone here watch it, and I probably couldn't recommend it to anyone in general either. It just kind of is there.
Yeah. Alas.
Yeah, so it's a little sad.
Yeah.
For a show of this, for us, not a show, a series of this caliber.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
The manga and the original anime are always still out there, right?
Yeah, so. Just to see it fade into this kind of middling obscurity almost. I don't know.
Yeah. I will note this is a tangent. The original anime was written by Yosuke Kuroda, who went on to do Birdie Wing at some point.
Yes.
And, in the manga volume extras, there's a couple pages where Naito talks about meeting him for drinks or meetings or whatever, and it sounds pretty fun. Sounds like silly times were had.
Yeah, I would love to hear some of that conversation. Yeah. They have some big ideas between the two of them right now. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to talk about Gnosia.
Yeah.
And
Gnosia.
Iroh, what kind of wild things have happened?
Yeah, we were sort of winding down. Well, we are entering the final fourth of the show, right? And the past two episodes have been about how Yuri wakes up in another loop, and this loop is one where there are no Gnosia at all. Everything is
it's just they're on
fine.
a ship.
Everyone's just on the ship, and the problem here now is this is causing a problem because it is made clear that the reason Yuri has been waking up in the med pod every time, and because this time they woke up in their bed, but every time they've been waking up in the med pod is because in every loop, what it was is they were just the first victim of the Gnosia and have been sort of possessing that version of themselves each time. But now they're in a loop where that didn't happen, and so they are here, and there is a normal Yuri inside the pod, the med pod somewhere. And should the twain meet, the universe is destroyed.
I was going to say, we have a time paradox situation?
Yep. So we get a bunch of stuff where, yes, Yuri wakes up, and if Yuri meets Yuri, the universe ends. We have a very last episode of Evangelion-like sequence of the universe, in between the gaps of universes where they're just freaking out and losing it and being told that, yes, they are not, in fact, the true Yuri. They are just a construct created by the Gnos, which may be the source of the Gnosia. I'm not 100% clear on that part, but yes, they are not a person, so to speak. They are referred to as a bug, like a bug in the universe, a glitch. And this causes emotional distress.
Yeah, I would imagine, yes.
So much of the next episode is the portion of Groundhog Day where he's just fucking losing it and dying over and over.
Just doesn't care anymore.
Yes, we get we get a comical montage of Yuri killing themselves in various ways. From knife to I'm going to space myself to I'm going to pull out these power cables and zap myself to I'm going to sit down and crouch inside of this hydraulic press, and whatnot. And until we reach a point where, because the loops are being caused by that the silver key thing, right? Which we had the very game-like setup of they're gathering information from all these different loops. That's why they're going through this strange alien thing wants to learn more, and so they figure out that if they keep waking up in this loop, then the silver key must want some sort of information from this loop. And what that seems to be is Yuri needs to find out more about themselves slash real Yuri, right? So the episode ends and we are going into the next one with them like hiding to make sure that nobody perceives them and the universe does not end whilst they trying to gather information about their own identity, right?
Is it like they can't even know about the existence of each other?
Yeah. And
so it's not even like you can be like, no, don't go in there, because if you go in there, you'll see yourself and we'll all die.
It's like,
it's like,
right, and it's even like
come up with some reason why.
It's even like if anything else perceives that there are two at all, right? Then
so nobody can even see. Yeah, so you can't even. Nobody can even know.
It's like if the knowledge. Yes,
okay, so nobody knows this. It's just going to be by pure like coincidence whether or not they run into each other. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's been okay. It's all right.
Is this show in competition with Fate for like most anime bullshit out of
probably
the season?
Based on it,
that's a very high bar.
Yes, I mean, look, it's based on an indie visual novel game, right? There's just a lot of arbitrary stuff happening in Gnosia, but if you can accept the base premise, I guess, then it's fine.
Right. Let it wash over you, right? Yeah.
And it's been, all things considered, throughout the show, Yuri has been pretty, not necessarily stone-faced, but they have handled the scenario pretty well. And so, yes, to hit a point
watching them break down.
Yes, to be like, oh my god, I can't even move to the next loop. I'm stuck in this loop where I wake up and 10 minutes later, the universe ends, killing everybody forever. And starting to lose it there is, a like emotional stance we've not gone too much of in this show. There's also a solid scene because Setsu, the other character who has also been looping, right? But it's made clear that their loops are not in lockstep, right? They're, whenever they end up in a loop, it is like non-linearly. So you have bits where Yuri's like, Setsu, this is happening to me, what should I do? And Setsu's like, I've looped like 5 times. I barely know what's going on myself. Well, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You've been doing it for a long time. And that stuff I enjoy in this type of like time travel-y, loopy stuff. Zero Escape did some of that too, where people are experiencing time non-linearly. And I think that's always a fun use of the trope, right?
Right.
Which I can appreciate. Yeah, so
the end is in sight though, right?
Yeah,
they're
because it's
ratcheting up the tension.
It's slated to be 21 episodes, so it will end like 3/4 through this core.
Right. It's not that far off.
Yeah,
will that be by the time our next episode happens? Pretty close.
2 episodes, I think, because was just episode 18, 17 or 18.
Okay, it'll be close. It'll be close next time.
Yeah.
So next time will be the time for you guys to make your like wild final predictions.
I know.
Or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Sounds cool. Before we move on, I did not mention G. Welcome. You made it.
I can't believe there wasn't a single anime worth my input for a whole hour of this podcast.
You've been here the whole time. You just had nothing to say about any of these shows.
I just had nothing to say.
Nothing to say about nothing to say about Commandramon shooting human beings in the jungles in M16.
Look. I mean, I saw the image of the Discord. Are you telling me Commandramon made an appearance in the latest Digimon show? Man,
Yeah.
I do wish I was
killed human beings on screen with its gun.
based.
Yeah. Apparently, they were also murdering refugees in Palestine, but that's.
Oh no, that's
Commander
distinctly
wasn't doing that.
Oh, but no.
based.
Okay, yes, Commander Mon was not doing that, but other people were. Okay. Yeah.
Commander Mon would never.
So
No.
you did miss that segment, G. But
Damn.
you have to go back and listen to that one. But yeah. Anyway, welcome.
Thank
welcome,
you. Yes, glad to be
onto
here,
the
ready
episode.
to talk about the real shows, I guess.
Yes, we've got 3 whole shows left here. But let's talk about Frieren Beyond Journey's End Season 2. I liked these latest episodes. I thought they were pretty fun. This is the kind of stuff I like out of Frieren when they're just doing silly stuff. I guess the kind of backbone of these episodes is things heating up ? Between Fern and Stark, where they agree to go on a date, and it's about as awkward as you might expect with that. I also appreciate there's a lot of Frieren being a brat in these episodes,
Right?
Which I always find fun.
There's some fun.
Seems here for it. Lots of memes going around.
Yes.
There's
a lot of memeable content.
Frieren with braids and Frieren like just wailing.
Yeah. There's some
fun.
There's some fun like round animation with some of that stuff.
Yes,
that I've been enjoying.
It's an interesting, like, in some ways, response and evolution of Frieren, like in response to season 1, if that makes sense, right? Where season 1 is like an immensely good looking show, and I think it's an immensely well directed show visually, but it is mostly staying on the tracks, right? Like it's a pretty on model, pretty like self-serious in its presentation kind of show,
right?
And it does feel like in some ways many of the like elements of this season almost feel like they are a response to the like sort of memification of Frieren.
Right.
I think if the creators of the show did not understand how memeable it was before now, they are aware now.
I think that's more what I'm getting at, right?
Right.
Yeah.
As I think having seen, the reactions, right? We joked about the Frieren looking up scene
right,
last time.
Yeah.
It feels like they're like in some ways now in tune with the audience's wavelength and
right,
and how they handle the presentation of the show.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yes, as you said, Jill, these episodes are like my platonic ideal, like what I usually want out of Frieren, right? Like it's it's fun, interesting vignettes, a little bit of like, internal examination on, the passage of life, and then occasionally like a sick fight. And, it doesn't have to be much more than that.
Check all the boxes.
Right. And we don't need one every episode either. It's okay.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we did have every one episode, but
well,
they're pretty brief though, right? Like
they're very brief.
We're talking about like sometimes, a 30-second,
like a montage.
Yeah. Well,
almost.
That's done. Next, kind of.
No, but I do always appreciate, and we talk about this periodically with the show, just mainly with Frieren, but all the characters kind of have a little extra dimension to them that play against their types, right? So it's very easy to see Frieren as the emotionless, silver-haired, immortal character that's all powerful and all that, and then but she can either be a gremlin or a little brat sometimes, and it's very amusing. And it's kind of same with Fern and Stark. They have different aspects, like Stark being kind of a scaredy cat, that kind of stuff. So that's always fun. And yeah, just the letting them just it's almost like almost becomes slice of life, right? Where it's like we get these little pieces of them living their life here, or they stay in the city.
I will say I'm not like super into the whole Fern Stark thing. Like not saying that it's not cute or anything. It's not my favorite aspect.
Right.
Of the show. I just don't it's neither like nor dislike. I just don't really care either way.
Mm-hmm.
that didn't cool the show for me. I'm still very much enjoying the show. I just it's not what I'm like.
I'm kind of with you on the like. Oh well, it's a guy and a young guy and a girl together. Of course, they're going to get together, right? There's a little bit of the feeling of that, but
I Stark is just clueless, like beyond mortal comprehension.
He really fumbled this one.
You went on a date. You acknowledged that it would be a date. You took her around. You got Frieren's advice. Sure, like did it work out? Maybe not, but you did the things. You did the prep. You took her to a jewelry stand. She picks up a piece of jewelry and comments that maybe it looks pretty good or whatever she said, and then it's like, oh yeah. Like what? Like not that Fern is the type to be like to want things bought for her or to hint that she might, like if she wants something, I'm sure she's fully capable of buying it her own self. But like. You can't be that dim-witted, right?
She threw him the ball and he watched it fly over his shoulder.
and he without expression.
Without even...
With zero comprehension, even after
not even understanding he was supposed to catch the ball.
Yeah. But whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I mean, if it wanted to be more charitable, I guess the dynamic you're supposed to get is that both Fern and Stark are kind of like... awkward kids,
right? Neither of them have any experience or any, and neither are particularly passionate people either, I suppose.
Right.
Like in that you've never really seen Stark. Like I think a lot of other shows might have portrayed Stark as a kind of more of a go-getter, if you know what I mean. Like
sure, gung-ho shonen protagonist kind of guy.
But he's never really experienced any particular interest in that direction. Like towards just like women, right? He's not like this kind of character who sees a woman walk past and is like,
hello.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like not even, and I don't even mean in a non-hammed up cartoony way, but just even in a passing comment, like there's literally nothing, I don't think, ever.
Yeah, and like in this episode, he says, was Fern always this cute? And that's probably the first time I remember him ever saying anything like that, right?
Right, commenting on her appearance one way or another, right? I think, but basically, so yeah.
Yeah, I did.
To be clear, I think Stark still comes out of this looking way worse, but I think there's a little bit of a like you can what's the saying? You can bring a horse to water, right? There's only so much you can do,
right?
Yeah.
Also, when they're getting advice from fucking Frieren of all people, right? It's like
she even warns him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She even warns him, right? Like you know you're talking to, right? Yeah. And it's funny, like it's like the things that she was told that Fern likes when she was like a kid, basically, right? Like she's gonna get cranky if she doesn't eat. Although I guess that's always true.
I don't know. I think that still applies. Yep. Shout outs to that head, like human head sized bow.
Yeah.
They ate.
Oh, that looked really good.
Like I've thought about many times what's like the ideal like meal to take someone out on for a date, and I have a new option now. Giant bao,
giant steamed pork bun.
It looked exactly like a Japanese konbini nikuman, and they even call it nikuman in Japanese. I think towards the end, it's just like 10 times the size of a nikuman.
Yeah, it's very good. Well, I mean, we've had giant burgers before, right?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's again. I think it feels like another aspect of like I would have to check the chapters again, but I don't recall if the food was always this comically large.
It's a very like fitting gag for the genre, I think.
Yeah, that's a creative liberty I can get behind if that's the case. But
and there's been good like set dressing for the town and stuff.
Yeah, random side note. I found it very funny that. And I think Fern has like modern clothes,
right?
I know it wasn't like intentional, but like I'm pretty sure you could not get those shoes and that handbag in that time period. But
magic, a wizard made
Look,
it.
I mean, if Dragon Quest has bunny girls, then like anything goes, like
yeah. So that I found that amusing, but yeah, it was fun one way or the other. We got the main cast spending time together, and Frieren being goofy, and that's kind of all I want with the show. But we'll see what happens next. They do get back on the road. They have like the most inconsequential demon fight I think we've ever had in this entire show, where it looks like they're
the monsters on these tiles are of a higher level than the monsters on the tiles on the other side of the wall.
Right. I think like vaguely it's sort of meant to gesture like, things are more dangerous up north. But Frieren upcast magic missile at level 9, and it worked in the end anyway.
Yeah,
so
Frieren's like a level 40 wizard from the previous edition or something, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that'll be fine. Yeah, but still having fun with it. Yeah, and hopefully it stays that way. All right, let's talk about Journal with Witch, the the realest show of the season.
I feel I'm running into an issue with this show where I don't know how many more times I can phrase like, yes, this feels very emotionally resonant with real life.
Yeah,
and
I think
I got a little bit of beef with it.
Okay. Let's start with that. Let's start with that, Artemis. Yeah.
Okay. So, preface: I haven't seen the most recent episode because it dropped.
Neither have I.
A couple of hours ago. So I didn't get time yet.
Did you see it, Iro? Because I
did. Yeah, I squeezed it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that afterward. Yeah.
Okay.
But, yep.
So I started the show with the feeling that the teenage character was a little, just a touch, like emotionally dry. But I was kind of willing to put that aside because that is also part of grief for many people, right? Like, you cannot say like you will grieve in this way, or this is appropriate way to grieve, or people cope, in many different ways. And over time, she did indeed become a lot more kind of emotionally. There was a lot more range going on. There was a lot more.
It started to hit her.
Actual reactions.
It started to sink in.
She is dealing, and she is now kind of getting that wall down, and as a result, emotions are coming out. Her aunt. I don't necessarily buy that she's that
put together.
I don't know, because this is a woman who seems to be doing just fine for herself, right? Like whatever, despite her being like clearly the kind of black sheep of the family in some way, and despite stating many times and making it pretty obvious, even if she hadn't said it, that she is not comfortable in many social situations, right? Mm-hmm. She's not the traditional Japanese kind of, she doesn't socialize that way. She's not particularly interested in putting on a facade for anybody.
Right.
She just kind of is what it is. And at the same time, she's not stupid. Like, she knows what is expected in a society, right?
Right.
She's not incapable of living in a society. She is financially independent. She has I don't know how stable her job is, but she owns her apartment. Like she understands that she needs to dedicate herself to writing. Like, she's not lazy. She's not, she's fully capable of being a fully functioning member of society in the ways that actually matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's snapping at weird moments. Like, I don't know. There's something there that is just a little off to me in how she deals sometimes with the other characters' questions or concerns or...
I can see what you're saying on that one. I will say, you'll probably find the latest episode interesting.
Okay. Okay.
I find her very relatable in many ways.
Yeah. So overall, yes, Makio for me personally is probably one of the most relatable anime characters I've ever experienced, especially as an adult. But
I was going to say, just based on, sorry, I also
go ahead,
watched the latest episode yet, so I could just kind of respond with my feelings on what I have seen of Makio up till this point. I definitely get where you're coming from, Artemis. I think the reason why the incongruity doesn't necessarily not sit with me, or what I mean is, I think the reason why it does sit with me is because I think it, at least to me, it feels like a sort of relatable incongruity of, I think, adult life in some ways, right? Especially for somebody who, again, I don't know they'll ever confirm or deny it, right? But someone who seems to be read as potentially neurodivergent or on the spectrum or something, right? Where it's Makio is somebody who reads to me as somebody who has worked very hard to maintain patterns and behaviors that are, that are necessary for being a functional adult, but has what maybe feel like jagged pain points, in that artifice that she's constructed for herself, right? There's the episode, or there's a scene where the
with the lawyer
shows
right?
up and is hey, I need you to explain this financial discrepancy, right? And the way in which Makio completely collapses under the pressure, felt very real to me. You can be a functional adult, you can pay your bills, you can work a job, you can collect a paycheck, you can get your groceries, but sometimes something like that just slams you out of nowhere. Even if it turns out to not be that significant in hindsight, I think it can be the proverbial camel's back that just collapses the entire story.
That particular scene I had zero issue with. I fully was on board with that. It's more when the younger character, I'm sorry, her name is just slipping from me at this moment. Right, asks a particular question that might rub Makio the wrong way.
Is this where
because she's a teenager and just sometimes doesn't have that much tact because she's not old enough to have a ton of tact yet, maybe, or
just the bit where she's like, "Why do you hate my mom?" and Makio is just like, "I'm never gonna tell you."
I can't remember. She snapped. She just kind of snapped. I don't mean snap as in mentally snapped. I mean she got a little aggressive.
Snaps back. I do recall. I think that is the question that
it was that, and she said many times to the point where it's becoming tiresome. Honestly, a little at this point, you can feel however you want to feel. No one has the right to tell you that you should or shouldn't, or how you want to react. I get it. But it wouldn't kill you to have a bit of empathy. You know what I mean? Even
it does start to feel it does start to feel like a bit of a canned catchphrase for Makio, because I think that every episode she has said some variation.
Right.
Ira, you want to go?
Yeah, because I think they do sort of address that in the next episode as well.
Yeah.
As you say, it does feel like a canned catchphrase, and I think it is a bit to herself as well. I need to keep telling myself this so that I don't go crazy, right? Of how I act, right?
That
kind of thing,
right?
Yeah, and before we get into the latest episode, I think, and part of what I find interesting in the show is her relationship with her niece is kind of complicated because her niece is a stranger. I mean, yes, they're blood related, right? But they've never spent any time together, right? And it's an interesting, I'm not going to get into details of my life, but I've been in positions where I've had family members that are by blood close to me that I spent no time with in my life, and you meet them later and it's you have no relationship or anything, and so I can see how there could still be some coldness there. I do get that it does feel a little arbitrary to have certain phrases or whatever, but I can see it, but I can also see it as and I think they were also trying to emphasize the fact that she is not Asa's mother, right? Like and that's part of the tragedy of it is Asa's not going to have somebody who's going to give her that kind of support and guidance that a parent would give right now. Whether or not Makio should at least attempt to do that is debatable, right? But the reality is that she is not providing that to her, right?
I'm also waiting for the drop. Like, did something like actually happen? Like,
that was my question.
Between the sisters, like
in the last episode,
not even just between them, but between maybe mother and daughter. I don't know. Like, it seemed to imply early on in the series that there was some gossip about her dad maybe not being her dad, or did you guys catch that?
I do not recall this.
I don't remember.
I think it was back in episode 2 or something, and there was like a little like comment, like side comment from one of the kind of nameless relatives about her dad. And they've never, not once, mentioned him. Like neither Makio has mentioned him, nor
right. It's just like he also died in the crash.
Right. That's kind of a weird thing. Like you're never even gonna mention him at all. Like what's going on there? And then was the mom like super controlling? Is this even a reliable narrator? Like when she's remembering scenes from home, did they happen that way, or is there something else that she's not dealing with and so isn't being shown to the viewer either?
Yeah, so I will say that was a big thing I brought up last time is like I'm afraid they're building up whatever reason Makio hated her sister so much that we're not going to be able to live up to it.
I almost would prefer if it simply is not addressed.
Or I hope they just never tell us at this point, right?
Right.
I will say there is an interesting bit in this latest episode, which I guess we can kind of get into, and we'll try to keep it relatively. Yeah, I mean, this isn't really a spoiler show, I guess.
I mean, you guys can go ahead. It's really how it plays.
There is a bit in the latest episode where Makio is starting to go. They're continuing to throw out old stuff, and Makio finds a journal that her sister wrote for Asa when she grows up. Basically, when she turns 20, and starts reading it, and it starts kind of pulling some stuff out of her, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just getting into the latest episode, it kind of got hinted at in the one you guys saw with the lawyer scene. They dive deeper into that and Makio's, I guess we could say, executive dysfunction.
Sure, yeah, that is probably the most.
Is that the best? Because I don't want to diagnose
like a cross section way to say it. I guess
I don't want to diagose whatever's going on with Makio, but there's something going on with her. Whether it is relatable. What G said, whether it's what G said, where it's some kind of neurodivergence, ADHD, depression, whatever.
Right.
These are things that the stuff that happens in the latest episode is all stuff that is very clearly in that direction. Where even just simple things like filling out a form become like a challenge, when
answering a phone call, like stuff like that.
Yeah, answering a phone call. She's like, I told him to, and if you've ever experienced those feelings, that was like really cutting close to home on that stuff. I found it fascinating, even with her relationship with her ex, I guess we'll call him, who's still her friend.
Sure. Yeah.
And kind of digging into, her feelings toward him, where she still has like, physical attraction, but does not want to like be in a relationship with him, and she wants to still live alone and stuff. I think that is a real and underexplored type of feeling and relationship, because she's like, damn, he's hot though, right? But she's like, but I don't want to do the whole be in a relationship, but I want to, but he's hot. And I like that was all very relatable to me, but it's this latest episode, I to me, it was like kind of the most interesting one, because we do see that whatever front Makio has been putting up there's stuff going on with
the
her.
mask is getting worn down, kind of like
and yes, I mean she's making it work, as many people do. You have to, right? but there's stuff going on there. Yeah. So I think that the totality of these two episodes together were I enjoyed them a lot, as far as exploring those areas.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's good.
It's good. All right. Well, let's wrap up getting into Fate Strange Fake.
Oh boy.
Anime is so bad.
Whose latest episode leaked online a week in advance.
Oh, really?
Before being abruptly taken down.
That's funny.
Okay.
Obviously, being up for about 8 hours. No, episode 7.
Oh shit! I gotta look for that.
Really?
Come on!
I'm kidding.
You will find it, but illicitly, most likely at this point. It was taken down about 8 hours.
Sure. I was feeding for it. Yeah,
it does seem like this is. I mean, this seems to be an increasingly frequent occurrence, right? Is anime episodes leaking or?
This was not. This was not like technically. This was not a leak. This was just. It seemed
somebody posted it by accident.
Crunchyroll posted it. It seemed to be incompetence.
Well, that's
wasn't a leak per se.
A few episodes ago, there was a thing where like Crunchyroll put out a like earlier version of the episode because they get it earlier to do the dubbing process.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay. Sure. Lots going on.
Just when I thought there couldn't be any more,
there'll always be more.
There was more.
Hell yeah, there was more.
Okay, so I will say I do feel like I'm starting to miss some references. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. And Ira, you can explain that. But it's definitely barely comprehensible. But they're finding every possible way to not just have a normal servant master relationship. We've got the highlights for me were the dude that summoned Heracles again, burning all his command seals to Aura Farm. I'm still not clear why he did that, but it looked cool, I guess.
To make an evil Heracles that would be willing to shoot a child.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah. But yes, he burned all his command seals for that.
Can't ever just have a normal ass Heracles in a Grail War. Apparently,
we answered the question of, and maybe this has been answered before, but can a master summon themselves from the past if they live long enough?
Yes.
Truly, I mean, it's again, right? We talk about how there are so many aspects of Fate Strange Fate that are just like really fun riffs on concepts that have been around in Fate forever. I mean, spoilers for a now like ancient story, right? But
23-year-old twist.
It's revealed in Unlimited Blade Works, right, that the identity of Archer is Shiro from the future, right? So like we have the precedent that like a person can exist concurrently with
the Throne of Heroes is outside of time,
right?
But servant version of themselves.
But that was a little different because Shiro didn't summon himself,
right? But that's what I think is so delightful about our reveal here with Francesca / Francois Prelati, right? Is that they have summoned themselves. An earlier like iteration of them,
and they're basically the same,
right? And it's like, oh well, see, I did enter the Throne of Heroes because I did technically die once,
Yep.
It's like, okay, fine.
And this is the show where we've already invoked the Airbud rule, right? So this is
and then we also get like probably like the most confusing dynamic of all for me still is we are introduced to Sigma who asks the question, can the servant be the master or can the master be the servant?
Oh boy.
And my final one I'll throw in is Richard the Lionheart being such a King Arthur fan that he can do Excalibur with a stick.
Yes, yes. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yes, I'm just going to throw out my highlights of the madness that is this show, but I will turn it over to you guys.
Right. There's just a lot of information happening.
I mean, I guess if we want to start somewhat chronologically with the introduction of because I guess you could say about episode 5, right? Episode 5 is mostly, we're post crazy ass 3-way battle.
Yep.
Episode 5 is sort of a cool down, but also a setup, right? We are introducing new players. Maybe you want to get into explaining exactly the deal with like Sigma.
Yeah, Sigma, former child soldier type guy. This detail is not important. What I'm about to say, not at all.
Give us the detail, because I feel like I was missing.
They talk when Pralati is like, "Oh, your mom died a long time ago in Japan."
Yes.
Do you remember Kirtsugu's assistant?
No.
Okay.
That's
kind of. Now it's starting to come
the other lady who had guns.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his mother?
Yes. That's what it's supposed to be.
Okay, that's the reference. That's one of the references I wasn't catching.
Yeah. Which is, again, that's not important at all. But,
of course not. No, but yes.
Yeah, Sigma
we find out
summons. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we basically find out Sigma is this, like, sort of Raiden-esque, child soldier. We find a very, very rare male version of the secretly an adult but has the body of a child. We're told that he looks like a prepubescent boy, but that's because of all the fucked up combat drugs and experimentation that's been done on him, which is like, yeah, sure. All right, man.
I guess.
But I think the interesting thing here, right, is that Sigma is another vector introduced once again by Faldeus and I guess Pralati by extension, right? Continuing the theme that the feds are trying to stack the deck in this Grail War as much in their favor. But I think kind of what becomes interesting here, right, is like sort of with Francesca's approval, like tacit permission, Sigma becomes another wild card, right? He's supposed to summon this this Grail War's true Lancer.
Yeah.
But as often is the case with this Grail War, something goes wrong.
Very silly. Yes. Instead, we summon Watcher. Which is what Basil seems to be a big ghost in the sky, right?
Ghost whale.
Ghost whale in the sky, and because it's Ruben Arita and we must add more characters, more. Watcher communicates with Sigma through 7 other characters who are
including
ghosts. Yeah.
Amelia Earhart as a servant in the Grail War.
Well, nominally. I wish, dude. Yeah.
I feel like Amelia Earhart is vanilla at this point, but it's still great though.
But
yes. I remember getting so excited when Ahab is the first one who shows up.
I know they fake you out a little.
They do think, because my brain did start like running the calculations in my brain. I was like, no fucking way! They just summoned Captain Ahab as a servant, like. Like as a Lancer, that makes sense because he's trying to harpoon the whale. Like and of course you have the big ghost whale in the sky. Like, is that like
global fan?
Like I started because I was joking with Eero probably off recording. Like I think it's very funny that we have a Grail War set in America and nobody has attempted to summon an American servant. And I know that there's not a ton of American servants in
Paul Bunyan or something.
There's like Paul Bunyan and like Thomas Edison and like Nikola Tesla, I think, is a servant.
Yeah.
I was I think shout outs to a recent or not a recent article, but I guess an article that exists out there where they state that if 16th President Abraham Lincoln were to be summoned as a servant in a Grail War, his available classes would be Saber and Berserker.
Yep.
I'm down.
This is based, which is based off of real precedent because Abraham Lincoln was a noted wrestler and once fought a duel with cavalry broadswords.
Yeah. He was a big guy too, right?
He was a big dude.
Yeah.
And he was just so angry about slavery.
So yes, the Sigma has summoned Watcher, and Watcher says, that they will give him trials, and this will somehow mold Sigma into himself becoming Lancer. What does that mean?
And I think this is great because I think this is the other side of the coin of when I was talking about how Francesca is a riff on the Shiro Archer dynamic. Sigma is also a riff on this dynamic, right? Because the whole thing's Archer is a Shiro in a different timeline who endures these trials to become someone worthy of entering the throne of heroes, right? And Sigma almost is this weird meta could we manufacture a servant in real time?
Right. The S3 plan.
Yeah, quite literally. And I think that's great. It's stupid. It's a weird, exception to the rule that shouldn't happen, but always happens because there's no such thing as a normal Grail War in Fate.
Are there any just normal master servants? Is Gil normal for once?
That's about the most normal one at the moment.
For once, he gets to be the normal one.
Caster's fairly normal. Fake caster. Both casters. It's just
but the particulars of true casters.
Sure, you're right. Oh man, yeah.
But also, man, this show. I continue to just love I look. A lot of respect a lot of respect to UFO Table. I think, I think we owe them a lot for popularizing, this sort of high budget prestige perception of Fate. But
can we count Garden of Sinners as that was a gold standard? I feel like for a long time for your top 10 anime fights prestige.
But I think they can step aside. Because I think what A1 is doing here with presentationally, with the addition of the utterly insane Hiroyuki Sawano soundtrack, shout outs to just getting a Sawano drop during the Pilates monologue with each other,
it's very silly.
The fucking flowers that turn into clapping hands that turn into flaming hands. It's just so
the presentation is top notch. Not only is it very animated, but it does feel, and it still feels very technically polished, but much more organic than what we've seen from UFO Table, right?
Kind of what we were talking about with Frieren. This Fate is so much more loose, right? Especially the Ayaka sections in the next episode.
Ayaka's dumb anime face is the only thing keeping me from hating her.
I mean, even Pilates expressions in in episode 6 or 5. That part where she's like, "Oh, are the feds gonna shoot me in the head?" and does the kawaii ugu look? Is very. Are the American feds gonna do what they always do, which is perform extrajudicial killings?
But
fun stuff, and I think that setup is fun, and I think it's wild that we're this many episodes in and we still have not been introduced to every player yet, but
there's so many of
very
them,
good time.
Right?
And I think some of this is kind of I guess we could tie this into not concern I have necessarily, but an observation about Fate Strange Fate with episode 6, where that episode is kind of mostly focused on this kind of formation of an alliance, right? We have Richard the Lionheart approaching Enkidu to form a truce, right? We're going to team up to fight to deal with the Dead Apostle. Wait, is that what they want to Or are they teaming up to deal with the plague initially?
So
I think there was
the plague is here.
So Saber,
they were going to agree to take out.
Saber and Fake Assassin want to deal with the Dead Apostle, as they both have prior experience. Well, nominally have prior experience with such things, but Enkidu, Fake Lancer, wants to deal with the plague, which they would be particularly susceptible to, and also the Black Mud is in play via Alcades. And
that Black Mud.
Both of these would be bad.
Yeah.
Right, and so they sort of form this alliance, right, between the three. I mean, admittedly, we do get a very cool fight, even if it is the most fucking shonen-brained. This fight just exists. We can't find a good justification for this fight, so Enkidu needs to test Richard's strength. So have the fucking sickest Itano Circus fight. You know, and the aforementioned Richard loving King Arthur so hard. What if you loved the historical figures so hard you could manifest their noble phantasm?
Yeah, with a stick.
Yeah. I think that's all really fun. Good. It's very rare. It's really, you know, slick from a visual standpoint. You know. But I think there's a bit of a weird feeling where then also, then we find out that this is sort of an in media res thing, because then we get back to the end of episode 5 where, then we get back to Sigma, right? And, you know, they haven't confirmed anything yet, but it seems like Sigma is now potentially also getting folded into this alliance, right? And the whole time I'm watching this, it's really now hitting for me how much, like, Fate Strange Fake is kind of beginning to feel like the lighter, softer version of a Fate-style Grail War. Like,
everyone's nice to each other.
Everyone's just a little too conventionally nice to each other, right? Like you know, like, not that I need that Urobuchi Gen, like, this is what I think I have to say about the human condition. But, like, I feel like Grail Wars tend to be fairly sinister events because they're battle royales. The fundamental rules of the Grail War is there can only be one winner, you know?
Right.
Like,
and so, I guess in the original, it's like it's kind of a big deal for, you know, Shiro and Rin to team up or something, right? Like, because there's no teams,
right?
Yeah.
So the fact that you have, like, potentially a four person team or a four pair team in this conflict, it's like, not that it removes tension from the plot, but it begins to make this Grail War feel a little less the, like, spontaneous, unpredictable, anything could happen feel that I think, you know.
It feels a little like they're leaning toward a good guys versus bad guys instead of a battle royale.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas I think the thing I've always loved so much about the premise of the Grail War, why Fate is such a fun, and why I think Fate is elevated above your standard, like, battle shonen fare, is the battle royale concept, right? It is the, like, anyone could beat anyone on the right day of the week on paper. You know, like it could go any way, any which ways, just depending on, you know, various factors, right? And I think with the, like, establishment of, like, almost what feels like formal battle lines in this Grail War, it loses a little bit of that spontaneity. But, you know, I think I'm still having a lot of fun with the, like, individual, like, moment to moment pieces of Fate Strange Fake so far.
Yeah,
that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I guess that the one thing that you can make out of that is, okay, what happens after you've taken out your enemies? Now the 4 of you are left. How does that pan out? But the other thing I'll add that I'm concerned about, and we kind of touched on a little bit, is we are now 6 episodes in, and do we even have, like, half the cast introduced yet? Like, we're doing a lot of build up. And is there going to be the appropriate payoff? And will we have time for the appropriate payoff?
There's no way we'll hit the end of the story by the end of the core. I'm expecting more at a later date.
Right. So, but I mean, even so, it's like,
yes.
Yeah, are they going to be able to pull off? Because they're really hyping us up here, but nothing has actually really happened yet. So, like, you know. Well, we'll see. But
I think this is, like, the potential. Again, I'm having a very good time with Fate Strange Fake, but there's a reason why I am, like, I have, you know, my heart, like, I am leaving the door slightly ajar just in case I need to slam it shut, because it is Narita, and I think Narita, you know, you look at Bakuno, you look at Durarara, I think Narita is so good at setup. He is so good at like introducing and juggling different moving parts in his stories. But I think if like season 2 and onward of Durarara is any indication, I feel like there's always a bit of a tipping point where once Narita is done introducing his avalanche of characters and setting up the factions and setting up the conflicts, I don't think he's like, compared to his ability to like set up a conflict in a story and introduce a cast.
Yeah.
I think his ability to resolve those conflicts is definitely weaker. It is a weaker aspect of him.
He's a great idea man. One of the best.
Yes, undoubtedly.
Do you think he's one of those kind of people who is interested more in the setup and then kind of loses interest once all the pieces together, and he's like, well, I want to go create something else now, maybe.
Yeah,
I do think so.
I get that vibe from him sometimes. Yeah.
Because it's fun.
So I guess that is my
writing
fear,
the characters
right?
and the lore, and then now I got to make a plot.
Right. And so I've not read the like novels nor the manga, so I cannot speak to this is just purely conjecture. This is purely just from me watching the TV anime. But I cannot help but feel in my heart some slight twinge of like worry about. Okay, you're gonna keep as you say, we haven't even been introduced to all the characters yet. There's still like 3 or 4 characters in the OP we haven't met formally. We haven't met True Berserker yet, which I'm going to assume is the robot in the OP by process of elimination.
That would be a reasonable assumption to make.
It's even carrying a little girl in the palm of its hand, which is, as we know, the thing all Berserkers do in Fate.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. It's
we don't know who True Rider's master is.
We don't know that. That is true. There's like there's like 2 mysterious Einsberns running around in Nevada. Not just 1, 2. Like, or at least 2 white-haired women with red eyes. Which, look, in Fate, that sort of narrows your options down. Yeah. And so I think there's still a lot of fun stuff, and I'm still very, very excited. Like, again, this is my favorite show of the season, which means by default it is my favorite show of the year so far. But there is a little bit of a, like, okay, but once you're done introducing all these characters, like Narita, what are you actually going to do?
Yeah.
Like, are you just going to, like, smash these toys into each other until one's left?
Yeah.
Like, what's...
I mean, that...
to be fair...
That's kind of what I want, I guess, but...
That'll be fine.
Right,
but I feel like that would be too simple, though. And even if that's what I want, that might be too simple for what we've built up, but who knows?
I do need to...
Did you have something you want to add?
Just, like, the most... almost the most ridiculous like reference to me in these episodes is Ayaka has some like flashbacks or what have you, and
yes,
so like we're already operating on the like a layer of Ayaka is the like prototype version of Shiro as a character, right? Like,
right,
who is not in the original story because the concepts of the original story changed enough that we made a different character, and here's just the old concept in the art book, and that's who Ayaka is. So there's already that layer, and now we get a flash to so if you start playing Fate Hollow Ataraxia now on Steam, the prologue of that is all of the teens are at the Culture Festival or whatever telling ghost stories around a candle. And they tell a ghost story of somebody in an apartment who, haunted by a ghost of a little girl, etc. And it is implied that person is Ayaka, which to me is just such an like unhinged detail to grab of all things. Just like this one-off ghost story that's not related to anything. Now it's related to everything, right?
Yeah. Was that in the
in the episode.
You're talking about when she was knocked out, right?
Yeah, we have the flash to there's the Little Red Riding Hood, and
yes,
you have some students.
Yeah, that was another thing I had no idea what the hell they were talking about.
And you see some of the students in the original Face Day Night school uniform talking about how this stuff happened, right?
I had no idea what was going on with that.
Yeah, and so to me
and it's referencing that it's supposed to be okay.
Yep.
I'm telling you, watching this, we have the internet's foremost typing expert with us here to catch these things for us. Is very helpful. But that was a cool sequence, just visually too.
Yes,
and the Richard the Lionheart part, and it was very cool. Again, those are things that I feel like we would not have seen in a UFO table adaptation. Right?
Yeah, yes, they're riding around the horses. Then they get off the horses.
They become
horses become cardboard cutouts.
Very
good. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in here. That
shout outs to Saint Germain. That perfidious Saint Germain.
Public domain character Saint Germain.
Pulling the Assassin's Creed 2 trick of talking to Richard, but not really talking to Richard. Talking to the Ayaka in the future that Saint Germain knows will be looking through the eyes of Richard in the past. It's like, fuck it, shoot this shit right into my veins, man. This is
silly.
Okay, I have one last question.
By all means.
And Ira, I don't want you to answer the question. I just want you to tell me if you know. Do you know what Ayaka's deal is as far as quote unquote not really being a master?
Broadly.
Okay. If you know, I don't want to spoil it. I'm just curious.
Do you know why she's blonde?
Wavering hand.
Okay.
Look,
and just
she is a master in as much as she has command spells and she is providing.
She sure looks like a master to me. Richard, so that's the. But why does she keep saying she isn't or whatever?
A master is a state of mind, man.
And also the command seals, but
yes, I'm having a good time. It's very silly. I am. Yeah. Again, this is sort of catnip to me of references to everything, all the small things that you.
But in a cool, fun way, and not a shitty Hideaki Anno way.
Yeah.
Context.
Shout outs to one throwaway line where they're just after the events of Fate Zero, we passed a law that lords of the clock tower can't participate in Grail Wars.
This was such a big mess when Kenneth died. Yeah.
Yeah, because Kenneth dying in Fate Zero was apparently a miniature 9/11 for the clock tower. So
yep.
Yeah, that was
so even if Waver wanted the salty run back, he
can't.
Right, and yes,
all he could do is pout.
Apparently knows Ayaka. She was in the class for a bit.
Also, did mention that.
And sends a text.
I was like, what the fuck are we What? Also the funny thing of Waver Velvet in the post Fate Zero timeline just becoming this sort of Fate, the Nazuverse, Forrest Gump of just Waver has met everybody in the Nazuverse, in passing, right? Just
he's had a bunch of
they attended one of my classes for a week.
Yep. The 6 degrees of Waver Velvet,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that continues to be fun times.
Yep.
For sure. And hopefully it will continue to be that.
Yes. Who's your
one last thing. Shout outs to True Assassin just communicating in note cards.
Right. Being invisible at all times.
Yeah.
Who's your front runner to win it all?
Nobody ever really wins the Grail War, right?
Yes, but the boring answer is it's probably Saber, right? The most protagonist coded class.
That is true.
Yeah, okay. So would it be? God, I can't think of his name right now. The kid with the with Jack the Ripper.
Oh, Flat.
Yeah,
Flat. He also gives off main character vibes, but I could see him like flipping at some point. I don't know, but
Flat's kind of an interesting wild card because I also expected like, oh, is he going to play a pretty prominent role in this story because of his connection to Waver? But he's been pretty off to the side for most of the story so far.
Yeah, and he doesn't have like his servant is not a win the Grail war type servant.
No, and I mean, that said, I could see, knowing Narita, this could very much be a like, Saber wins the battle but loses the war situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Saber, Richard beats whoever ends up being the big bad at the end of this story, but by some weird JoJo-esque rule technicality, like it's like, well, but according to the letter of the law, technically, Flat and Berserker are the last one standing. I don't know, whatever, right? Some like, oh well, Ayaka, because you spent all your command seals in the last fight, technically, only this character still has command seals left, so that makes them the winner by default. I don't know, some bullshit like that, right? I don't know. It's
yeah. I'm still going with nobody wins.
Nobody wins.
That's my answer, but.
I could definitely safe bet.
Also, yes, just they, whoever is left by the end of the story, just all collectively agree to just stomp out this fake Grail, just like F this,
yeah,
blow it all up, like,
yeah.
Don't, all right. We can't let the Holy Grail, fall into the hands of the U.S. government.
Yeah, just quote unquote destroy it as if that's possible. Yeah.
I guess
all right.
Yeah. We've done the last thing like 5 times, so let's what we can.
Although Iro, you did not pick your winner of all the.
I know more information.
He may know right. Too much.
You might know too much. Yeah. Okay. So we'll save that. All right. That'll do it then for this episode. We can wrap it up with some housekeeping. Check us out at theglorioblog.com. Follow us on Blue Sky at the Glorio Blog. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, Stitcher, of course, YouTube, where you can like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, all those good things. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, and we will catch everybody next time.